So Kapes helps schools to have a positive environmental impact and a positive social impact. But there's a number of ways that we do that. So one, and this is the main thing, is through sustainable school uniforms. So using sustainable materials, for example, organic cotton, recycled polyester, although we're looking at improving that side of it as well, because recycled polyester, for us is still too impactful. Working with ethical workshops, who pay and treat their workers fairly, audited by ethical bodies. Calculating the impact that we have, and then once we've calculated that impact, that allows us to offset that impact. Every child that we sell a uniform to, we then provide a free uniform to a child in need. But then we actually make those uniforms in a developing community to support that community. So that's on the school uniform side of it. But then we also realised that based on market dynamics, some schools aren't able to shift suppliers even if they wanted to, because they're in a contract. Then we looked at, impact reporting. How can we help schools calculate their actual environmental impact? What you track, what you measure is what you improve. So impact reporting, where we go into a school, we work with them and their students on actually calculating that impact. And then that leads on to the offsetting program. So we realize it's difficult in some instances for schools to actually offset their impact, mainly because the offset market it's a challenging market. And there's lots of offset projects which don't actually have a real positive impact. They sort of exist in name only. Carbon credits are priced differently based on the program that you support, and therefore a lot of companies buy the cheapest credits. So they impact at this level, but then they offset at this level. It's fraught with problems. So what we want to do is allow and enable schools to offset their impact, but do it in a way which is verified, where that the carbon credits are going towards having a positive impact. And that's where we work with Wildlife Works, based in Kenya. You have Red Plus project, which essentially helps to keep trees in forests and protect wildlife. And the way they do that is by providing sustainable job opportunities and education, so that the local community doesn't have to resort to poaching animals or cutting down trees to make charcoal to then sell to make a living. And then finally what we do is, to sort of join all of the dots, if you like, is then provide eco trips for schools and their students so that they can come and visit the carbon offsetting project, so they have a real connection to it and see how a school uniform can actually have this positive environmental and social impact. And then lastly, also virtual workshops as well, for accessibility, as some kids, students around the world can't come to this type of project, but through virtual workshops, again, we can impact them. And all of this is aimed at empowering those children to be change makers as they grow up.